All right, folks, our next speaker is a Louisville native, born and raised. He has served in the Kentucky House of Representatives, representing the 43rd District. He is currently running for the U.S. Senate to represent all Kentuckians. Representing every one of us from the hood to the holler. He has been a friend and a staunch ally of the LGBTQ+ community. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Booker.
That's right. That's right. Hey, family. I'm going to ask you to stand up in a little bit if you're able, but let me just say a few things. I won't be before you long. I really just wanted to come be in solidarity with my family. In times of crises, everywhere I go, I talk about my grandma's house. I'm one of over 70 grandkids, and my grandma would share the story because we grew up in a Pentecostal church, and so contraceptives were not allowed. My grandparents had 11 children biologically, then they opened their home to foster care. So for about 40 years, they were taking babies into their house. So I have a real big family, and which you all are a part of. And in times of crises, like when we suffer a loss, there's some trouble, we would all come together. We'd all go over grandma's house and we'd love on each other. We'd figure out what we needed to do, who we needed to fight, whatever we needed to do. And that's what's in my heart right now. And so when I heard that you all were coming together in honor of your humanity and the urgency of this moment, I had to be with you. I just want to say something. I say it often, but I have to say it now, and I need you to know I mean it when I say it from the bottom of my heart. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I need you to know that because I know how hard it is to be here right now. You should not have to be here right now. You should not have to be arguing and fighting for your humanity. You should not have to declare that your life, your agency, your humanity, your identity matters. You shouldn't have to do that. Not in the United States, not anywhere. You shouldn't have to. So just hearing some of the stories, and I know we all have them. It might be uncomfortable to share, but I know we all have them. And in spite of the pain that you're feeling, the frustration and the fear, you're here. And I'm grateful for you. I really am grateful, especially when the narrative is often said about us that we don't care. Kentucky is often counted out and we're doubted. I've been told that, well, Charles, if you support people having agency over their bodies, people that are going through pregnancy, being able to make decisions over their lives, you won't get support in Kentucky. I've heard people say that. But I know the truth, and you all know the truth. This issue, abortion, but also in a larger conversation, the right to privacy, the right to your agency, the right to your identity, the right to your humanity, this is not partisan. It's bigger than politics. And if the people in positions of decision-making, that's why I'm running, if people in positions of decision-making actually listen to you, they would know that what happened with the Supreme Court ruling is horrific. It's devastating. This is an urgent effort to roll back our rights and our freedoms so that a wealthy few can keep their power. This is all about power. It is. And so I came here to shed some truth that you know, but I want you to know that as your candidate for United States Senate, I'm going to speak this truth because I want to encourage you to speak this truth as well. We have had wedge issues here in our Commonwealth that have been used to divide us, that have been weaponized to keep us fighting amongst ourselves, I know how tense and personal the conversation about abortion is. This is about one of the most deeply personal life decisions that someone can ever make. And I've been on the floor in the House of Representatives, and we lean into our faith. There are those, our loved ones, who earnestly believe that by opposing abortion, they're fighting to protect life. I was raised in Pentecostal church, as I mentioned. I understand where that comes from. And quite honestly, I respect people that feel that way. But we have a responsibility to shine the light on the truth. And the truth of the matter is, this was never about protecting life. If it were about protecting life, we'd make sure everyone has quality health care. If it were about protecting life, no child would go hungry. If it were about protecting life, no school would be shot up. If it were about protecting life, Kentucky would not have one of the highest maternal mortality rates. If it was about protecting life, our state wouldn't be one of the poorest in the country, while we have some of the wealthiest politicians in Washington. And I'm speaking this truth because I know we can change it. I told our family in Louisville that we need to understand what's happening. My father-in-law, he called me, and my nickname is CJ, Charles Jr. And he was like, CJ, does this mean my wife and I may one day have our marriage nullified? See, they're an interracial couple. Do you realize the theory that was lifted up to overturn Roe v. Wade? One, this is horrific. They have upturned legal precedent. This is really the erosion of the Supreme Court. This is damning. But the slippery slope of it is, any right that is not expressly codified in the Constitution is now up for grabs to be stripped from us. That means your ability to love who you love, your ability to make private decisions in your life, to plan a family. Hell, for folks who are strong advocates of the Second Amendment, all those firearms are not codified in the Constitution. So I need your help. We need to let our loved ones know. This message today is not really for you all. My love is for you. The message is for our loved ones out in our community, across this Commonwealth, that may not understand the urgency of this matter. We need to let them know. Let your loved ones know. Have the uncomfortable conversations. That this is about liberty and freedom. Do we believe in a free and just society? We have gone through this pandemic, all the conversations about the government requiring someone to wear a mask. How does government-mandated pregnancy even work? What type of big government do we have to have? What type of surveillance has to happen to enforce state-mandated pregnancy? So now they're saying that if you get impregnated, you are state property. For everyone that opposes big government, that's the biggest I can imagine. A government inside your body. That sounds pretty damn big to me. I'm sorry, children, as the young people in here. So, folks, we gotta take the narrative back. We have to take the story back. We cannot be afraid to talk about these issues. We cannot shirk back from this. I cannot be the only person that has served in elected office, that is running for office, to talk boldly on this issue. I need you to apply pressure to everybody in the state legislature, your local electeds, and those seeking federal office. They need to make it clear to you that they're going to fight for your humanity. I need you to apply pressure because we're not powerless, y'all. We're not powerless. We don't have to just accept this. And it's not just about saying, okay, will you vote? You need leaders that are going to help inspire the reason for you to vote. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But folks, this is all the result of Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul. And whoever is in elected office right now that cannot name that needs to resign immediately. Immediately. Because this is about the future of democracy. This is about the future of our country. We are still trying to get democracy right. And you all know that because Kentucky has been one of the most disenfranchised states. We're still trying to get our voice as they are working to take it away. So when I win this Senate race, I said win because I'm going to win. We are going to win it. We will win it. We will win it. When I win this Senate race, I need you to know the things that I'm going to be fighting for. We need to codify Roe. It should have been done. We need to put these protections in place so that everyone knows that their agency is secure in the United States of America. That means we need to get rid of the filibuster. That is an agent of Jim Crow that has been used to block progress for generations. And we need to unpack the Supreme Court. I call it Mitch's Supreme Court. We need to unpack it. We unpack it by expanding it and putting more warriors for justice and the law on this bench that will not deprive you of your God-given rights as a human being. Now, the last thing I'll share with you, and then I promise y'all I want to get you to get on your feet a little bit. Because we were going to be outside, but I thought it was going to be pouring, raining. We actually did swim here. It was coming down on the parkway. But here's the last thing, because I know it's a little warm in here too. There's so much cynicism. I felt it. If you've ever felt it, you might feel it right now. I don't judge anybody for doubting that change is possible, especially with what's going on now. I need you to join me in pushing past your cynicism, please. Yes. I believe in Kentucky. I believe in us. I know that we can change our future because we are unstoppable if we work together. From the hood to the holler, our common bonds are so strong. If we lean into them, we can do anything. I need you to believe that with me. Push through the doubt. And this summer, we got to organize like we've never done before. We got to make ourselves uncomfortable. We have to support those organizations that are going to still provide resources and support for those who are going to need it in these tough times. We're going to have to educate our loved ones who may not realize how we're getting screwed. And I'm going to do my part to help you with that. If you go to charlesbooker.org/fight-for-our-freedom, you can sign up. We will be sending you information throughout the rest of this cycle about ways you can take actions. If there are actions that you all are going to lead that I can support, we'll lift them up. We got to do this work together before we win on November 8th and then after we win. And I'm committed to you for the long haul. So please let me earn your support. Do not stop shining your lights. Do not stop telling your story. Know that you matter. Know that you're loved. Because I love you. All right, y'all. I need you to get on your feet. If you're able. If you're not, I'm standing for you. This is a beautiful building, but we're going to make some noise. I need it to rumble in here. If you believe that your human rights are worth fighting for, let me hear you make some noise. That's right. If you are ready, that's right. If you're ready to take your power back, If you're ready to take your power back, let me hear you make some noise. I believe in us. I'm proud of us. We're going to win this fight. We're going to win our future. We're going to codify Roe. Love is love every damn day. Love is going to win.